This is the story of Amelia, a 24-year-old British police officer, strong, disciplined, but with a heart that longed for more than just sirens and endless night shifts. Behind her sharp uniform and tough exterior, Amelia carried a secret, a quiet loneliness. And then, one evening, everything changed. During a routine patrol, Amelia stopped at a late-night café. That's where she first saw him, Ayan, a 30-year-old Pakistani man. Tall, with warm brown skin, sharp features, and eyes that carried both strength and vulnerability. He was different. He wasn't loud, wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was simply present. Amelia noticed the way he smiled at the old man behind the counter, how gently he spoke to the waitress, how his laughter carried warmth that made the cold London night feel alive. When their eyes met, Amelia felt something she hadn't felt in years. A sudden rush of heat, an invisible pull. She quickly looked away, but Ayan, he kept looking, not with arrogance, but with curiosity, admiration, and something even she couldn't explain. That night, fate played its hand. A disturbance broke out outside the cafe, and Amelia, in her uniform, stepped in. But before she could even act, Ayan moved too, standing beside her, calm yet protective. Together, they diffused the tension. For the first time in her career, Amelia felt like someone wasn't watching her because she was a police officer, but because he genuinely cared. Afterwards, he offered her a seat inside, insisting she needed a break. She agreed, and that's where their story truly began. The conversation flowed effortlessly. Amelia discovered that Ayan was a businessman, juggling responsibility and family back home in Pakistan. He carried stories of culture, tradition, and resilience. Amelia, in turn, spoke of her struggles, the weight of the badge, the loneliness of the job. Hours slipped away. Coffee turned to laughter, laughter into soft silences where their eyes did all the speaking. That night, when Amelia finally stood to leave, Ayan walked her to her car. Rain had started to fall, softly, glistening on the streets. She turned to thank him, but her words faltered. His eyes were fixed on her, with a warmth that melted every layer of armor she had built around her heart. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then, with a nervous smile, Ayan reached out, not to touch, not to rush, but just to hold the umbrella over her head. It was such a simple gesture, yet Amelia felt her heart tremble. She whispered softly, "Good night, Ayan." And he replied, "Good night, Amelia. Until tomorrow." What began as chance meetings turned into deliberate ones. Coffee breaks, evening walks, stolen hours in a busy world. Amelia found herself drawn to his patience, his depth, his way of seeing her not as an officer, not as someone untouchable, but as a woman. He listened to her dreams, her fears, the little things no one else ever asked. Ayan, on the other hand, was captivated by her courage, her fire, her refusal to be anything but true to herself. One evening, under the glow of city lights, their friendship took the turn both of them had secretly longed for. Amelia stood close, her breath shallow, her heart racing. Ayan hesitated, respectful, careful. She whispered, "You don't always have to be so careful with me." That was the moment their lips met. The kiss was gentle at first, almost shy, but quickly deepened into something passionate, unspoken, undeniable. Amelia's hands found his chest, feeling the strength beneath. Ayan's hands rested softly at her waist, pulling her closer as the world faded away. But love wasn't without challenges. Amelia faced whispers within her force, questions from colleagues. Ayan, too, dealt with judgment from outsiders who couldn't understand how a British policewoman and a Pakistani man could find love in each other's arms. Yet, through every storm, they stood stronger. Love had made them fearless. One night, Amelia whispered in his arms, "The world can say what it wants, Ayan. When I'm with you, I finally feel home." And Ayan, brushing a strand of hair from her face, whispered back, "Amelia, you are my peace, my beginning, my end, my everything in between." Their love was not about defying society. It was about finding someone who saw you, truly, deeply, beyond every uniform, every expectation, every wall. Amelia and Ayan's story was proof that sometimes love doesn't come where you expect it. It comes where your soul needs it most. And together, hand in hand, heart to heart, they chose love. Because at the end of the day, Love is not about where you're from. Love is about where you belong. And Amelia belonged with Ayan. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in love that breaks barriers and brings souls together, then join us here in the Snore community. Subscribe now so you never miss the next journey of love, passion, and human connection. Together, let's keep love alive in every story we tell.